In today's video, I want to show you my current project that I am working on. It's another English paper piecing project. This is so much fun to work on. I love to work on it at night. I am using paper. I take the paper out as I go on this one. The last one I did, I left the paper in, but this time I'm going to keep up with taking out the paper as I go. That seems to work out so much better. I was going to show you how I put one star together. I'm going to add them to this project as I go. This is the paper that I like to use. It's not what you have to use, but this paper is really thin and it just seems perfect for me for English paper piecing. The problem is I can't reuse the papers most of the time because they get pretty messed up. But you know, if you use a thicker paper, you would be able to keep the papers and reuse them. So something to think about. Here's what I do. I put them on the copier and I just copy them out. I also wanted to show you this cardstock. Now this is a little thicker than what I'm using, but a lot of people do use cardstock. You can tell just by looking at it, it is definitely thicker. It reminds me of like a page in a children's book, maybe with the colored pages, you know, something on that kind of paper, but you can just tell by looking at them that the one I am using is thinner. But it seems to work out really well for me, and I will continue this project with that. What I also wanted to also show you, there's some other ideas as well. Here's index cards. I bought these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 or 250 of them. I can fit 2 diamonds on one index card. So that means you get 500 for 125. Here are the templates that I use. I will leave a link down below of everything I'm using today. When I bought the template that I was looking for, I wasn't really sure which one I wanted to use to start my English paper piecing project. So I bought this whole thing. It was not very much to get all of the shapes. And I figured down the road I would want them anyway. So it's just really nice to just have all of them. That way in the middle of the winter or whenever you decide to start a new project, you can just go grab what you need. I really do love hearing everyone's opinion on all the things that you use for English paper piecing or any project that I'm working on, but I just wanted to show you the needles that I have found that I really like. Now the downside is they do bend. The needle that you'll see me using today is already bent, but it works great and I really love it. They're easy to thread. That's really big, important to me to have it easy to thread. I need that eye to be bigger. You know, the older you get, the bigger it needs to be, but it's still a really nice needle. And I will fast forward this a little bit, but I just did want to show you that I do cut these out by hand. I actually I enjoy this part. I know that seems strange to a lot of people probably, but you don't have to do this. You can buy these already cut on Amazon. So I could leave a link to some of the papers that I can find. I would just leave a list of things that I use. There's not that much with English paper piecing, but it's just such a fun project. And the nice thing about this is you can take it on the road with you. I took it on a trip. I went clear out to Maine and it came with me and I had so much fun. My goal was to make 8 stars and I ended up making 6 while I was gone, and I came home with 6 stars ready to add to my quilt. Also, I just want to mention my cooking channel. I would love for you to join me over there at Sweet Country Cooking in Michigan. Some nights while I'm watching TV, I will just cut papers. I'll get a nice little stack to sit next to me, and that seems to work out really well. You wouldn't have to do that. You can cut as you go, but I find once I start sewing, I just like to have papers ready to go, and it's just nice to have a pile like this waiting for me. For each star, I will need 6 diamonds, and I do like to just lay out everything I'm going to need for one star and then put the other stuff out of my way, just like this. Another idea is to buy the templates that I use, which are 2 inches on each side, and buy a jelly roll. If you did that, you could just use the jelly roll. It would be a perfect match. I currently have this fabric on a bolt, so that's what I'll be using. And I'll just cut my own 2.5 inch strip. It's nice. Once I get ready to do this, all I have to do is have my strip with me. I lay out my 6 papers and I'll get ready to get started on this. So this is what I do. I just put it just like that. I don't have to worry about measuring the fabric. The best part about English paper piecing that I love the most, I love to quilt and I love to use my rulers, but there's some times where it's just nice to roughly cut out something and have it work just fine. And that's another reason why you could do this on the road, outside in your lawn chair. There's so many different ways you could do this project. It just makes it nice because all I'm doing here is wrapping the fabric around the paper. The paper is the size I need, so as long as the fabric fits the paper, I'm all set. If you happen to have a tomato like this, that top piece will sharpen your needle, or so I've been told, and I think it does work. So let me know your thoughts. Do you use that to sharpen your needle? The last one I had, I cut off because it was in my way, but don't do that if you just bought one and are thinking about cutting yours off. It actually has a purpose. So I wanted to also show how I tie my knot. What I like to do is I just tie the knot right in the middle. I don't worry about where the knot is going to be. And then I'll show you a really neat way to send the circle down to the end, put it right where you want it. I take the scissors and I just roll it just like this all the way down, and you can put it anywhere you want that way. It works so good. I hope you give that a try. And just for the fun of it, I want to show you what you can do if you accidentally get the circle too small. Sometimes you get it so small you can't get your scissors in there. So that's where your needle comes in handy. Ask me how I know this. I've had this happen a few times. Yeah, you can just use your needle and it'll roll just exactly the same. One of the questions I get a lot of times is what kind of a thread do I use? This is the thread I use. I will leave a link to it. I get it from Amazon. I don't remember for sure what the price is right now, but it's just nice to not run out of thread. I used to buy the small ones and that got old when you had to run out all the time. I always have thread now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this paper just where I have that 1/2 inch or a nice portion over the side of that diamond. And I'm going to sew it down. I'm going to go all the way around this. Now when I get to the corners, I do like to put a couple extra stitches there because I want the corners to stay nice and tight. That's the main thing I'm worried about with all 4 sides. I just want that corner to be good. But to remember, the stitches we're putting in right now will be the ones we take out once it's all hooked together. So we don't have to worry about how the stitches look right now. I'm doing great big stitches. It doesn't matter. I just need the paper and the fabric to come together. If you're enjoying this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit the like button. If you are still with me, I hope you'll also consider following me over on TikTok. I go live on TikTok almost every day, usually in the evening, but it varies from day to day. And I'm always working on this project. This is what it looks like when it's all done. I also want to show you another way. Now, with English paper piecing, I feel like it's very like one way or the other. People swear by the glue or they swear by the thread and needle. I've done both, and I will honestly tell you my favorite is the thread. But I can see where this would be nice too, because to do it with the glue is so much faster. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do one with the glue and show you my struggles. The biggest problem I've always had with using glue is getting it too close to the edge. So when I go to sew the two diamonds together, when I go fabric to fabric, I'm not getting into the paper, I still get the glue too close to the edge. Now here I'm trying not to do that, but see, it won't even reach. So I guess I would need to cut the paper or cut the fabric a little bigger. I'm getting it a little closer to the edge just to get it down. Anyway, I just wanted to show you another option. I am curious on which way is your favorite. If you have done English paper piecing before, do you have a favorite? The glue method or the sewing? Sewing takes a little bit longer, but I actually enjoy that process. So I'm just curious. If you are still with me, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this long. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, but I do want to show you how I put the diamond together, how I put the whole star together. So I'm just going to let this play out, moving a little fast. There, and now it is time to put these together. What I like to do is pick up the two just like that. I turn them like this, and then I'm just going to start very carefully going right above the paper. And it's really not hard. You can feel if you hit the paper. And I'm just going to continue until I get all the way to the end. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. And there, just like that, I have half a star done. I've already done the other half, so I want to show you how I put the two halves together. The way I like to do it to make sure I get it even is to make sure the middle is lined up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is start in the middle, and I'm going to sew. I want to line those lines up right there, and then I'm going to sew starting right there in the middle all the way over to the other side, leaving the side to the right will still be open. And I like to open it up because if you need to change it, you could change it right now. And it is ready to go the rest of the way. So in the middle there, you're going to need to put a couple stitches because there would be a hole there if you didn't. So I always put a couple stitches right there. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. And that is it right there. My star is done. I am ready to hook this to my quilt top. I just love that. I love how quick this comes together. With this quilt, I'm trying not to have two stars be the same exactly next to each other. I have a lot of blue fabric, so I'm making sure to arrange them in a way that each one is different. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I very much appreciate it, and stay tuned. I hope to show you a finished quilt top soon.